Hi, I'm Lynn from the Wandering Shepherds. Today we're at Landon's Bay Park in the beautiful town of Gananoque, and we're going for a hike. Around this area things are never super crowded. And you will see beautiful mushrooms here. You can sit down on one of the numerous benches. You can't go more than a few steps without seeing a different variety. So we just got on the trail and met the in-laws in the parking lot. Yeah. Again, we met them on our hike to Charleston Lake too. So they informed us that now you have to pay $8.50 to come on these trails. Last time we were here, we were off season, so we didn't have to pay anything. But apparently, if you're coming here, there's a parking lot across the road. We'll show you when we leave the trails. It's free and it's right on Lake Ontario. You can park there and just walk into the park and do the hikes, and then you don't have to pay. Just wandering in here, and right off the bat we're gonna try find the trail that takes us up to a lookout. So that's where we're headed here now. You can come here out of season, like I said, and it's really nice in here then as well, and you'll have less people. But to be honest, this time of year there's no mosquitoes or anything, because it is it's the 2nd of September right now, I think. So the weather's really nice for doing this type of thing. If you come here in the summer, you're going to be dealing with heat, deer fly, horse flies, mosquitoes. Not now. You can hear how peaceful it is in here. Yep, I think so. That's probably the way we go. This is the one that we came back on, I think. Yeah, this is the one that came down low. So usually we go up high first, because we got more energy at this time, because it is pretty steep up here. But I'm in my 60s and I have a brace on my knee, and I can do it. So the thing about the trails that we do, they're all doable for people with mild disabilities, not wheelchairs, but just mobility issues, and for young kids. Anyone who's moderately in shape can do all the trails we do. I always gauge it by that. If I can do it, just about anyone can do it. And even though in the parking lot there were quite a few people here, you would never know it. Most of the time you'll be on your own. I imagine when we get up to the lookout, there could be people up there, but a lot of people come only for that. So if you want to do the rest of the trails, which are really nice in mainly deciduous forest, it's pretty empty. Oh, and look at that wonderful mushroom. Do you see it? He doesn't see it. And you will see beautiful mushrooms here. Arnie always wants to rush through trails, and I want to stop and absorb nature and look at every little thing.
I'd like to cover all the trails in my lifetime. Not a quarter one.
He's unpleasant to go out with.
What?
If you want to have an enjoyable hike with someone, ask me to go for a hike.
Hey, I had a few girlfriends that loved to go for a hike with me.
Where are they, Arnie?
Long
Gone, long gone. We'll stop for mushrooms too. Got some more here. A different variety. And just a few feet away, here's another variety. Oh, and another. See, I don't know which are edible and which are not, but I know there's lots of mushrooms in here. So the near town to this place is Gananoque. It sits on basically it's on the St. Lawrence River actually, which flows into Lake Ontario. We're kind of like right at the opening to Lake Ontario. And we are not far from the Thousand Islands Bridge, which crosses over from Canada into New York State. I'm getting out of breath already because it is steep. The nice thing about this trail is that if you're fast and not talking, you can sit down on one of the numerous benches throughout the park and wait for the one who's doing the filming.
You know what's nice about you walking slow? I find all the benches.
I just said that, Arnie. A little miniature mushroom. And beside it we have a puffball. I know. I'm an acquired taste. Oh, now he's making a point to sit at every bench. I, on the other hand, haven't had a rest yet. And it looks like we have some kind of salamander that lives here. And it even has an arrow to where he is. Doesn't say what kind he is. It just says he's here. We need more information. They have the arrow for the salamander and they don't tell you what kind he is or what he's doing here. Okay, I guess we're going up.
Well, I guess there used to be a sign here.
There is a sign there. Another mushroom. And yet another bench. They put the benches after every steep incline, which is nice.
That's so sweet.
Some people are attention seeking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, honey, we're almost at the road.
It felt cool when we started, but already it's feeling hot. And more mushrooms. So I guess fall is the time for mushrooms. Because look at them all. Here's another one. I don't know why I find mushrooms fascinating, but I do. Here's another one. Let's have a look at him when we move the leaf away. There we go. They're pretty big. And look at these little guys. These are little teeny tiny ones. And they're bright orange. Okay, this is where we're going to find our first people. Because like I said, this to get here took about 10 minutes. And a lot of people will just come in here for this view to take a bunch of pictures and they'll leave. But the rest of the park is very, very nice, and I would suggest that if you came here that you do the whole trail. So when you step out onto this rock, it's overlooking this bay here, which goes under the bridge and into the St. Lawrence River, which is pretty well the boundary line between Canada and the United States. And all the islands you see in the water on the other side of that road are called the Thousand Islands. And about the border between the two countries goes halfway between the two. So some of the islands are on the Canadian side and some are American. Two boats going under into the St. Lawrence. And from Gananoque, when you go into the town, you can take Thousand Island boat cruises, which are also something that I would highly recommend. They range from a couple of hours to, I think, like 6 hours. One of them takes you to Bolt Castle, which is on an American island, so you need a passport if you're not American. And it's a beautiful stop. Maybe we'll take you there. Maybe that'll be one of our little trips before they close the cruise lines down for the winter. But you can see the boats are crossing through.
I have a passport to go to Bolt Castle.
Yeah, I said that. There they go under the... That's the Thousand Island Parkway, so trucks are not allowed on that parkway. It's just for vehicles, so it's a nice drive. It takes you from Gananoque, well, it can take you all the way across to the east coast of Canada, really, but it basically officially ends in Brockville. And here's a nice little bench to sit on here. As you can hear, when we sat down there, everyone had left, but now we got more people coming up here. So of course, when people come here, the most popular time of year is the fall, because all these leaves will be orange, reds, and yellows. Look in the air there. There's a helicopter. And if you watch our videos, we have a video of our wedding, and we flew on that helicopter for our wedding, and it landed at our farm. So feel free to watch that if you want to see a view of this area from the sky and watch us getting married. Onwards. So the trails here are basically walking on, you know, dirt trails. You're stepping over rocks and tree roots.
What do you think the gray boxes? They're not cameras, are they?
Not likely.
Yeah, I think they are.
Oh, maybe. So it's not like they're boardwalks or graveled or cleared trails. You'll come across little boardwalks when it's a really muddy area or if you're crossing a stream or something, but in general, this is what the trails in our area all look like. So good footwear is a good idea. No flip-flops. Here, because it did rain the other day, we have a sign that there is nature here. That's a deer print. A nice time to come here, aside from the fall, which is always everyone's #1 favorite time of year. But the spring is really nice too, because there's a lot of little streams and like waterfalls and stuff. So that's nice as well. We're up high and you can see down into a gully here, but the camera flattens it out so you can't really tell that it's a gully, but it is. I can't see it's a locust tree.
Honey, let's try again. What kind of tree?
That's a fir.
It starts with M. No, actually H.
It's a hemlock.
Hemlock.
Fir and hemlock, I always confuse.
Hemlock has a little flat.
Well, I can't see because it's blending in. The leaves are blending into the next one. I need my glass. I need better glasses. And of course, I have no glasses on right now. Age is a terrible thing.
Actually,
It's a pine. A really, really big pine. In the darkest of the dark areas, we got a whole bunch of really neat mushrooms here.
Hi.
Hi. It's a good excuse to let people go by. Unfortunately, you can hear the highway in the background.
401.
No. Yeah, this park is actually bordered on the parkway on the south side, and then we have the 401, which is a major highway in Canada on the other side. So that's where you heard the air brakes. More mushies.
grass down here. Then I guess you don't do it by hand.
You can hear the cicadas in the background too. These are pretty dense woods that we're in right now. It's quite dark in here. Look, I keep finding broken mushrooms, and I swear people are breaking the mushrooms.
Well, look at it standing here. Look.
Why would you break a mushroom? But yeah, it's got actually an acorn on it. Well, I don't know. Is there a oak tree around here?
Somebody put it there. They broke all these off right here.
That's what it looks like.
Stay on the tree.
Poor. I shouldn't break them. I don't know why people would do that. I didn't place that there, but that is an acorn. More little mushrooms. Again, more mushrooms that people are breaking. Why would someone do that? There's a different style. That looks like a button mushroom. And that big gully. Here's a little bridge. And in the spring this would be running a little bit. So it's kind of nice in the spring. Oh, Arnie. Watch your head. They're dropping acorns. So right now we're heading on the Donovan Trail. I've discovered more mushrooms. Arnie's hating me right now. Look at the bright orange color, and I tell you I'm not putting a filter on these guys. Isn't that awesome? Just so you can see that I'm also on this trail. You're kind of like one of those spooky men with shadow and light all over you.
It's on a natural bench in the bush.
It's a nice one.
I think we're heading to the Bay Trail right now.
Okay. So as much as I love mushrooms, I don't know the names of any of them. So if there are people watching who know what types of mushrooms these are, I would love it if you left the names in the comments below. Because I guess if you like mushrooms, this is the forest to come, because you can't go more than a few steps without seeing a different variety. It's one of the areas I was talking about. It goes quite high up, but in the spring, this is really, really flowing heavily. Right now, it's just a little trickle. But it's nice to walk along here and listening to the water flowing by. And we had a big tree fall down across the path here. So, yeah, this is recent. You have to go around this. But we've had a few bad windstorms in the last few years. Here's a really nice bridge. This is a nice spot, isn't it? With the water on one side, cliffs on the other, and a little rustic bridge, which fits in really nicely with the environment here. And this would be Chris B's bridge. Good job, Chris B. Here's another one, one we haven't seen. This one's really bright white. Almost like a seashell. In the background you can hear a bird. It almost sounds like we're in a tropical jungle. But what that bird actually is, it's a woodpecker. If we're lucky, maybe we'll see him further on. Yeah, I remember this was really nice in the spring. Yet a different type of mushroom. So what they should do here is do nature hikes, and they should specialize and bring them to this trail to go on a mushroom hike when people can bring a little checklist and check off how many species of mushrooms they can identify here, because I've never seen so many different ones.
And they should run a wire into the trees and play that song Magic Carpet Ride.
Yeah. Just look at the colors. It's amazing. And while I was looking at those, I almost missed these guys. Another new variety. Mushrooms.
That's what Callie Hill said when he went to the fair. Hey?
Mm. Here's another one. I didn't know, but this is turning into more of a mushroom adventure than it is a hiking adventure. Maybe we'll have to call the video Magical Mushroom Journey. Here we've come to these massive cliffs, And last time I was standing here, I had a little visitor, so we'll see what I see this time. Last time we hiked up here, Arnie had the camera and I walked up to the cliffs there, and I was leaning there so he could take pictures of me. And when I turned around to put my hand against the cliff face, there was a snake sticking its head out of the crack. It was awesome. So as people passes by, I'm going to climb up to the cliff face, and even up here I'm finding mushrooms. Okay, I'm heading up. Okay, this is where I was last time, and there's a snake poking out of one of these cracks in the wall. I don't see any snakes right now, but they blend in. I'm not afraid of snakes, so don't worry about me. Arnie's down there. And I'm up here. Woo! When you let go and you lose your perspective, it feels like you're gonna fall.
Okay? Come this way. Good job.
You're looking pretty small, huh?
When you let go and you lose your perspective, it feels like you're gonna fall. Pretty cool, honey, up here.
No.
You want to stand up here?
No.
No. I swear you're not fun anymore. It's all fun and games until you come tumbling down the hill.
Big chunk of rock, eh?
Oh, yeah.
It's probably broke off pretty fresh. I figure every winter it freezes, so pieces break off here.
But that's smooth and it looks like a tombstone. That rock. Up here the rock is shattered and you can see right through it. Don't know if it'll show up on here. But that little chunk goes right through to the other side. Okay, right now we're coming out onto the little bay that we saw from up on top of the lookout rock at the beginning of the trail. I don't know. Maybe they built it out here. And before we go to the lookout here, yes, there's a mushroom. It's amazing. Not only is there one, there's that one. And then we got another species over here.
Someone broke this in here off.
And we got another one over here, different one yet again. These ones look like little sand dollars. And this is like a big marsh. With lots of lily pads and bulrushes. And I imagine when they're migrating, there'd be lots of ducks in here. But I don't see any right now. Found some walnuts that some squirrel has broken open. What? Are these mushrooms too?
I don't know, that's it, mushroom. Some type.
Here's another one. This is another unusual one. And like I say, if there's anyone watching who knows what they are, please leave a comment down below.
Gotta use your hand for a back to understand what size it is.
Yeah, but your hand's abnormally large.
That's large.
A bunch more of them. I totally don't know what they are. We were walking by them and thought they were
Oh, there they are, there.
stubs of trees,
They're all over there.
but they're not. They're actually a type of mushroom. I'll get this one in the light here. I'm not gonna step on him. But I thought it was, you know, when a tree gets knocked over and it leaves a shattered stump. That's what I thought they were. In this area, there's quite a little bunch of them here, clustering together. I guess the kids that have been knocking over all the mushrooms in here didn't realize they were mushrooms either, so they were saved. Now I'm getting just too excited, like there's just too many of them. Arnie, look behind you. Arnie just spotted some swans across the lake there.
Because they wouldn't nest right in the middle of the lake. They'd have to go on the swamp.
I don't know if we'll get them, but we'll try.
They had a kayak.
Oh yeah, and you could kayak in here. Unfortunately, I know you can see them, but without a tripod, you gotta excuse my movements. But we're right along the water now. Cliffs and mushrooms on one side. We're backlit. And the water's on the other side here. I gotta laugh because I am gonna try post the title as a magical mushroom journey. And if that's not the title of the video, it means YouTube dinged it. I was taking a picture of these pads up top This is a really cool
You can see they certainly
railing that they made here where they bent the railing. What were you saying?
You can see how they serve their purpose because they make shade in those shallow spots, eh?
Yep.
Where the water would get too hot, eh?
Yep.
But you don't see any frogs, eh?
Well, again, it's a cold day. Cold, relatively speaking. I mean, it's a warm day, but it's been scorching hot this summer, so it feels cold or cool. We're now right down at water level. We came down here. And around the corner here, this is the best little construction area that they've made in this park. It's a little walkway along the cliff overlooking the water, and it's very, very private here.
You've been acting like a professional. A little spot I found.
I know, isn't it? Isn't that nice?
Someplace where you can lock the whole world away.
Oh, someone's kayaking, I mean canoeing over there.
I see that. Hey, honey.
Are you videotaping?
Yes, we are.
Or taking a photograph?
Now we're taking a video of you. I'm just about to ask you what's for supper tonight.
That's about it. What is for supper tonight? Chicken of some sort. Look it. There's a lily pad. Oh, not a lily pad, but a lily flower. Water lily.
I always wanted to be a frog and jump pad to pad to pad. I thought that would be neat. Hey?
Sorry, but I feel like I'm never on these little travel things. So every now and then I gotta pop myself in just to remember that I was here too. This is a really, really nice spot. I would highly recommend this hike to anyone. It's so easy and there's so much to see. Go again. No more selfie crap. I guess that little bridge in the rock is a destination point too.
What's that?
So here's the bridge over the parkway that we saw from up above where the boats were going under.
Can you tell them that no trucks are allowed on there?
Yep. Oh, and actually a boat's coming through.
I think jet
And
ski.
why would he come? Yeah, jet ski. He doesn't need to come in here that fast. This is a quiet lagoon for little creatures, you'd think. You scared a cormorant off?
Again, they really are probably doing more damage to nature than good.
Yeah. I mean,
What fish even likes that?
no. I mean, I'm sure it's fun, but this little lagoon should kind of be for canoes and kayaks. You know you're getting old when. Here we go. It's another one. And it's forming a shadow. I wish it was the Swiss Alps.
Well, where's the other place where the
Dolomites in Italy.
no, where the land must come from?
Peru.
Peru.
All the places I want to go. Every time Arnie comes here, he fixes the path.
If everybody does the maintenance, we'll have a perfect little highway.
Here's someone else who knocked over a mushroom. Why are they doing that? I don't get it. Okay, Arnie, now you're going out of control. You're worse than me with my mushrooms.
No, if I was bad, I'd be going like this. Go here, I'll show you. You're gonna be like the British, eh? You want to make it last, eh? So you're gonna place it real well, and place that one well, and put a little wedge in there. And there you go. See, now it'll sit there for hundreds of years.
That's right. It's called quality.
Maybe the
There it is. Arnie's fence. A little piece of history in the forest. Old wagon wheel.
a few mushrooms.
Here's a nice little rabbit warren. Not that we know that it is, but it would make a nice one. And usually I'd be looking for fungus because I never ever see so many mushrooms, but hadn't been looking up in trees for fungus. So before we leave, there's some fungus.
The trouble with paying with the thing, eh? What happens if you don't bring your phone with you?
Well, most people have a phone, but
I know, but if you want, some people go for a walk. I don't want to hold the phone.
yeah.
And then how do you pay?
Well, I think people who use it regularly can even pay in advance online at home. I don't know. We're a little technologically challenged because here you pay by a QR code. Here's a real pretty one. Okay, and here's might be something about why we saw the little blue-tailed thing. Scan that, I guess, and find out about this habitat. Now, I don't know how to scan, but I will try to do it. Where that car is coming from is where we just were. That's Landon Bay Park. He's driving on the parkway, and where we parked is this free parking over here, and it's right on the St. Lawrence River, which joins right into Lake Ontario and Gananoque. So I would recommend, if you're coming here, to park on the free side and just walk across. But also while you're here, don't forget to take this little pathway down to the water. Again, there's usually no one here, and you'll be right on the St. Lawrence. And it's a really nice spot. Just relax, have a picnic. Can you get to it down here? People took the private spots. So if you take the boat cruise from Gananoque or Kingston, it will take you through these islands. Like I said earlier, I would definitely recommend doing that if you happen to be in Gananoque. We're gonna call that a day. I hope you enjoyed your little hike with us today and liked the mushrooms. Please be sure to join us again for some more Wandering Shepherds videos. And we also, our main videos are our sheep farm, Ewetopia Farms. If you like cute sheep and want to see what's involved in sheep farming, please give those a watch too, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for joining us. Before we go, I can see that Arnie wants to show me something. What is it?
I'm not from India.
But
I'm just going nuts.
look at all the acorns. Aren't they beautiful?
I couldn't pick any more up. I was going nuts. I felt a little dizzy.
Were they all on the ground?
Yeah, they're all over the place. There's oak tree here. They're dropping as we speak. They're hitting the head with one.
Remember that hike we went on where it was a windstorm and all the acorns were falling down? We were getting bombarded with them. So, from Lynn,
From Arnie.
bye for now.